Hello everyone and welcome to TPCFL Game Time, Season 7, Week 8, Falcons, Seahawks. My name's Meter, and I'm joined in the booth today by the man, the myth, the legend, Brian Langell. How's it going today, Langell?
Meter, I am absolutely fantastic. Getting the honor to call this game with you, but also call the game of one of our broadcast partners. It's Bama Shocks tonight, and the Falcons going up against Shane and the Seahawks.
And Shane, a former TPCFL champion. This is the Battle of the Birds, and what a battle it will be.
You know, I know one guy who would be a huge fan of this, Zantari Olderskop, would love this game.
Oh, what an in-joke that nobody's gonna get. Starting out with the run game, Carson trying to do a little move and taking down at the 29. They started at the 28, so a pickup of 1.
Only 1 yard game, but it's better than 1 yard back. You know, as long as you're making forward progress, the game is in your hands, sir.
You know, I would tend to agree. Forward momentum, it's the opening play very, very early, but you can't win a game going 1 yard at a time.
No, that is true.
Wilson now takes the snap, dropping back, rolling out to the left, familiar sight, throwing on the run, wide open. This one's caught, taken down at the 43 on the opponent's side of the field.
29 yards on that one throw. Somebody please step up in this league and figure out how to stop that, because Shane is an absolute master, and until we do, that is going to continue to happen.
Same formation as before. Wilson directly behind the center, takes the snap, handoff, trying to find a gap, but stopped by the center, and an injury. Carson is injured.
That isn't good for the Seahawks. We'll get you guys an update as soon as we get one down there from the injury tent, but that cannot be a benefit at all to the Seahawks right now. Let's hope for his well-being that it's only something minor and he can get back into this game.
A 2-yard pickup was the outcome of the run play. Now, strong trailing offensive line off to the left and one in the backfield. Wilson directly behind the center. Man in motion from the left towards the center line. Beautiful run. He's got a ton of room. Penny is taken off, trying to cut back in and puts his toe out of bounds, and Penny with a 27-yard rush.
We have an update on Carson. It's a shoulder strain, and he will not be able to return this game. As for Penny, you know, he's worth more than a penny in that run, gaining 27 yards on one play.
I'll say he's getting his time to shine, his time to prove to Seattle that he has what it takes to play in the big game, and let me tell you, he's proved it well so far. First rush over 20 yards. Carson previously had been averaging a yard a carry.
Well, that's definitely a huge jump forward then.
Wilson now putting a man in motion. Snap here, handoff again. Penny trying to rush up the middle and push down hard. A 3-yard pickup on that attempt. Trying to get up the middle, not a lot of room.
That's what I was going to say. As long as Seattle stays on the ground, Atlanta seems to have them, you know, pegged and pinned. It's when they go through the air that seems to be the problem. But, you know, throwing from the 11-yard line is possible, but your options are way less when you're this close to the end zone.
That's very true. Breaking well through the red zone now. From the 11, Wilson sets a man in motion again. The snap, dropping back, looking, rolling out to the right. He's got time, throwing on the run, and it's intercepted in the end zone with one hand, Jones.
What an amazing play right there. I said there in the last play that your options are limited that close to the end zone, and Atlanta stands up strong, intercepts that ball, and brings it back out to the 20. Great play by the Falcons.
What looked like a sure scoring opportunity, at least a field goal, turns into an interception, and now taken off to the left is Freeman as Atlanta begins their drive and their attempt to put some points on the board.
It'll be interesting to see what Atlanta can pull off. Their offense this season has been up and down. I know against me they scored 38 points, so they definitely know how to reach that end zone. Let's see how they do against Seattle.
3 to the right, 1 to the left, a man in the backfield, handoff fake, rolling out to the back to the 10. He hits his man, but he's hit as he catches. And this one falls dead to the ground.
Blair there with a hit that forces the drop of the ball. Now 3rd and 12. for the Falcons from their own 18-yard line. They need to make something happen on this play.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Ryan into the shotgun. Freeman off to his left. Tight end on the right side. The snap coming in quick, trying for a screen play, and it's bouncing around off people's shoulders and finally falls dead to the ground. Wow, that was close.
That was very, very close.
Off one guy's back, a head, and then a second back.
Those EA physics are in full effect tonight. Atlanta now kicking from their own red zone, trying to get it back out there onto the Seattle side of the field. It's definitely not going to hit the end zone. We'll see how far back it goes.
This one kicked to about the 25, the 26, going to be returnable. Some good moves, a spin, cutting all the way back, cutting back in, and taking down at the 40. A good move by the return.
Sheffield takes him down at the 39-yard line, 40-yard line, my mistake. And here we go again with the Seahawks on their second drive now. Let's see what they're able to put together.
Shout out to Colby in the chat, the reigning TPCFL champion here, scouting and dropping a host while he's at it. What a champion. Throw over the middle. This one's caught. Dixon has tons of room, and it's taken down at the 41 on the opposite side of the field.
Just like that, the Seahawks move. I mean, Shane doesn't throw short passes. The Seahawks are known for 10-plus yards per pass. So we got to keep an eye on that, because you're not going to see many short passes, that's for sure.
I formation now. Offensive line very strong on the left side. Handoff running right up the middle, and Penny picks up more good yards, keeping the clock moving and ticking away at the yards they need for the next down.
Penny is 38 yards already, coming in replacement for Carson. He's definitely, the nerves aren't with him. He's picking up yards every time he's given the ball.
2nd and 2. Seattle now. Directly behind the center is Wilson. Offensive line strong and trailing to the left side. One out to the right, one out to the left. Man in motion from the left towards the center. He takes the snap, lateral out to the right. A beautiful spin move. Penny's got room. He had tons of room out on the left side. Wasn't able to cut back as he did a move to get past a guy, but taken down at the 26. Huge yards there.
Yeah, that spin play definitely came into effect there and was successful for the Seahawks. In between plays here, I just want to mention that these teams have met 4 times before, with Seattle winning 3 of those matchups.
Wow. The odds in their favor, and the ball in good field positioning. From the shotgun, Wilson takes the snap. 3 men out to the left. Rolling out to the left. Man coming in fast, throwing well on the run, and hit immediately after catching. He holds on. And on a 1st and 10, they pick up 8 on a little scramble play that works.
It works, and the Seahawks player fell forward to gain a couple of extra yards on that. That easily could have been 6, but turned out to be 8 as he fell forward.
Jones just not able to get his hand in there in time. Has 1 interception on the day already. Nothing happening there. Now from the pistol, the snap. Wilson looking, rolling out to the right. A man shakes. There's a 1st down on a throw right over the middle again.
And my correction, that was a bit of a short pass by Seattle, but they're like unicorns. They're very rare. You don't see them very often.
A short pass. It still traveled over 10 yards in the air by the time he threw the ball. He had backed up into the side.
Yes. I think that's what really throws off defenses, is the scrambling.
Handoff here, pushing forward to the 10. 2nd and 7, 45 seconds left here in the 1st.
Time is ticking down very quickly in this quarter meter. We're almost at the end of the 1st already, but still scoreless. This could be anybody's game.
Anybody's game. Atlanta made 1 huge stop already with an interception in the end zone on Seattle's last drive attempt, and then we're forced to punt it. Now a handoff, weaving through traffic, pushing up the middle, and moving the ball deep through the red zone, deep into the red hot zone, the 4-yard line, 3rd and inches as the 1st ticks down. We may not get a play here to end the 1st.
We'll see what happens here. If you're Shane, you might be gun shy of trying to throw it right now. because of what happened last time. And as the clock hits 0, we move to the second quarter, move down to the other end of the field. But yeah, if you're Shane right now, do you try for a quick quarterback sneak to get those couple inches you need, or do you try to hit the end zone? What would you do, Meter?
Run it.
Run it. Well, let's see what happens.
Third and inches. You've already thrown an interception. I'd run that ball. Does not look like he is. He sends the man in the backfield out to the right. The snap. This is a throw. Rolling out to the left. Taking off is Wilson. Dodging everybody. Touchdown. Wilson takes it in himself for 6 points.
What a play by Russell Wilson. He's the most mobile quarterback in the entire league, and we just saw an example of it right there. Didn't see anybody open and decided to run it in for himself.
And the extra point is good. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not too happy about that one.
Well, that adds another touchdown to the numerous touchdowns Seattle has scored against Atlanta. That is their 16th touchdown all time against the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow. Continuing to add to the amazing stat board. From the 5 now, bringing this one out. There's past the 25. He's got all sorts of room. He weaved through everybody. One guy on his tail, but can he get there? Taylor's coming in, and I think he'll get there in time and takes him down. But the ball moved all the way into the red zone on the opposite side of the field. The 14-yard line. What an answer by Atlanta.
That was absolutely insane. 14 yards shy of tying this game. That is an amazing run back by the Atlanta Falcons.
Huge answer to Seattle's methodical run down the field. Rolling out to the right now. Ryan throwing into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. And then just like that, one play, Falcons turn this one around and put the points back on the board. Extra point pending.
That celebration there, Hooper got in the car and drove the team to tie the game. What an amazing celebration.
And in honor of the man himself, let's go.
There we go. 14 yards, 5 seconds. What a stat that is. And that becomes the 10th touchdown all time that the Falcons have scored against the Seahawks.
And get your let's goes in chat, folks.
Let's go.
Penny from midway through the end zone going to take this one back out to the 20, trying to make a move and stopped cold, and that's where they'll start this drive.
Seattle was unable to duplicate what the Falcons just pulled off. The Falcons defense said, no, not today. So now Seattle is going to have to make it the distance of the field on their own, starting from their own 20-yard line.
And, you know, Langelo, I think that's really where they've been strongest this whole game. Save for that interception in the end zone. They've marched methodically every time they've had the ball.
Oh, they have. They have. Atlanta needs to figure out a way to stop things like that where they're wide open. I'm not saying that against Bama Shocks, the owner of the Falcons, because everybody seems to fall victim to that. So we need to look at that middle area and make sure that is covered. But with so many threats from Seattle, how do you do that?
That's a really good question, and it may start with identifying the play before the ball is actually snapped and knowing where to have your guys in those situations.
I would recommend a nickel or a dime defense, but still, you're running risk on that.
Rolling out to the left, throwing over the middle, it's caught. Another huge play right over the middle, wide open, and they can't get there. As on the run, he makes another amazing throw.
He does. Wilson just seems to have heat-seeking hands. He throws that, and it goes exactly where he needs it to go, where there's nobody around to stop him.
And Colbus 1984 in chat suggesting the lead pipe defense.
Oh, the old Tanya Harding play.
The old Tanya Harding play, famous in football. Yes. A beautiful juke move here, pushes a guy off, but ultimately results in a loss of a yard. They'll still spot it 2nd and 10, but move the ball back to the 34.
1 yard back, but no, on the clock it says no. But yeah, that's the best run defense we've seen from the Falcons or so far today.
Now from the shotgun, Wilson takes the snap. Handoff fake, looking downfield, has time, throws off balance anyway, and this one falls dead to the ground. 2 Falcons in the area, nobody able to get there.
Could have been an interception, but maybe Atlanta's lucky that wasn't caught because they would have started on their own 2-yard line. And that's safety territory right there.
I'll tell you what, I'd rather have the ball in my possession on the 2 than on their possession at the 34.
Well, yes, that is true. We're 3rd and 10, though. So if Atlanta can make one more stop, we're looking at a field goal at best.
Big stop chance right here. Snap, looking downfield. Rolling to the right, Wilson on the run, throws over the head of the defense and under the hands of the offense. Incomplete. He didn't even try for it.
No, he didn't try for it, but Wilson had to throw it because he was about to get sacked. Now setting up for a field goal. Myers from the 34-yard line.
A 51-yard attempt, and it is good. 3 points for Seattle, and good on Atlanta for holding them, but I've been in these situations. It feels like a hollow victory when there's still points going up on the board.
Yes, definitely from right now on as far as the game goes, but if Atlanta comes back down and is able to score 7, that 3 points won't seem nearly as bad.
This one kicked to about the 2, going to be returned. Has a little bit of room, trying to get out to the left. A missed tackle, a second missed tackle, and taken out at the 28. Good weaving through traffic by Atlanta, and they've put themselves in good field position again.
Bama Shocks is amazing at that. Bama Shocks being able to move around players and gain yardage. I know it's only 3 yards more from where he would have started from, but it looks impressive, and he's already broke free once.
Handoff, getting out to the left side. He's got a whole bunch of room. Great blocking, cutting back in, and finally taken out at the 47. More good running from Freeman. Actually, possibly his best run of the night.
We're in the second. That's his best play of the game so far. I'll have to keep an eye and see if he can beat that. But what a play by Freeman.
Ryan now. Tight end on either side. Receivers on the right and the left. Man in the backfield. Handoff fake. Throwing on the run. This one's caught. He's got a whole bunch of room as there was a missed tackle downfield. McDonough finally tears him down. Deep in the red zone. Deep in the red hot zone. The 5-yard line. Next stop, end zone.
Julio Jones taking care of business, bringing it down to the 5-yard line. Currently this season, the Falcons are 1 win and 2 losses at home, looking to bring that back to 500 in this game, Meter.
A giant 48-yard pass, complete plus run, and here's a run attempt to push the ball to the most dangerous yard on the field, the 1-yard line.
The 1-yard line. They can smell the paint from here, Meter. They need to go 1 yard, and they take the lead in this game.
Handoff fake, and he's hit. They brought in 2 rushers off either side. One took the runner, and one took the QB, and they took him down all the way back to the 10-yard line, and that is why we call it the most dangerous yard on the field.
Indeed.
You have the entire defense within 10 yards of your quarterback, usually within 5. Rolling out to the left now, throws, and he's tackled while catching. They're going to call that incomplete. 4th and goal now. They're going to have a field goal attempt of their own.
Bama Shocks keeping pace with Shane's Gaming point for point right now.
And the 27-yard chip shot is good.
Those passing plays of Atlanta, this drive, Meter, were absolutely amazing. Adding to their total going into this game, they had 1,356 yards so far in passing.
And that puts them where? Within the top 5 for sure.
Yes, they are very well up there. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but they are definitely a threat through the air this season.
1st and 10 now.
Seattle, on the other hand, their passing is 1,651. So there's only 300 yards passing difference in 7 games between these two teams. When you break it down like that, that's not a lot of difference.
1st and 10. Seattle looking to answer Atlanta's answer. This is a tit for tat here. Touchdown, field goal. Now what?
I think with Seattle having possession of the ball right now, coming close to halftime, they're going to try everything they can to have a score to go into the locker room with. Atlanta's going to do everything they can to make sure that does not happen.
2nd and 12 after a failed run attempt now. 2-minute warning. Snap, dropping back, rolling out to the right, stepping up to the 10, the 15. Wilson's going for it all the way to the 30 and finally taken down at the 34, a yard shy of a first down.
3rd and 1. If Atlanta would have been covering the flats there would have been someone there to stop Wilson, and maybe he wouldn't have rushed at that point. But good on Atlanta to get there in time to prevent the first down.
3rd and 1, a very pivotal moment right now with a minute and a half left here in the second. The clock keeps ticking. Neither team seems concerned with the time left on the clock.
That does seem kind of strange to me right now. I know I've said it numerous times before. You can't take them with you. Timeouts, of course.
Snap, handoff fake, rolling out to the left, looking downfield. There's some good coverage. He's taken off. Wilson picks up the first down himself. And heading towards a minute left here in the half. No timeout still. Both teams have all of theirs.
Great play by Wilson, seeing the fact that Atlanta had everybody covered. So he decided to get in there by himself, get that first down, and keep the momentum and the game moving in the favor of the Seahawks.
The left side is stacked for both the offense and defense. Dropping back is Wilson, and he is swarmed, taken down. That's a sack, timeout by the Seahawks. 45 seconds left here in the half on an 8-yard loss.
That's actually the best defensive play other than the interception that I've seen so far today from the Falcons meter. They are doing incredibly well today.
Snap, rolling out to the right at the 20, stepping forward to the 25, throwing on the run. It's caught. He's got some room. And the big man finally taken out the 37. Timeout, Seattle. 37 seconds left here in the half.
That'll put Seattle in field goal range as it stands right now. We'll see whether or not they can get closer if Atlanta can push them back. See the midfield completely open right now.
Wilson in
Player
the shotgun.
there.
Steps back, rolling out, throwing on the run, hit while throwing, and the offense swats it out of the hand of the defense, who almost intercepted that.
Great play by both teams. Atlanta to have somebody there to intercept, and Seattle realizing there could be an interception and batted it away to make sure that they kept possession of the ball.
Wilson in the shotgun again, 3 to the right, 1 in the backfield to snap, rolling out to the left. A man shakes his tackle and takes him down out of field goal range, well behind the 50 now. 3rd and 23 with the clock ticking below 20 seconds.
9 seconds and falling. Seattle choosing not to use that last timeout. Wilson scrambling.
Stepping, throwing into the end zone. And this one is intercepted. Turning around is Jones. He's got room. Can he get where he needs to get? Tries to make a move, and it's taken down. But the damage is done. That's 2 interceptions by Seattle, and that will hurt Wilson's pass rating, regardless of whether it actually hurt the scoreboard or not.
I just think it's a huge win for Atlanta to keep Seattle off the board going into halftime. And Atlanta gets the ball now as well.
Massive. They were in field goal range, and Atlanta said no, 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 and didn't let them get a step further. Falling through a touch, taken down at the 24. That's where Atlanta will begin this drive.
Great defense in the first half by the Falcons. They have momentum on their side. I'm interested to see how they approach the second half.
Handoff. Pushing up the left side. He's got some room. He gets through everybody. Freeman's got all sorts of room. Cutting back to the right. Finally taken down at the 30-yard line. But what a run by Freeman.
That was incredible meter. Up the left side, where if you remember when the play was first chosen, that side of the field was red, as in stop, don't go that way. They did anyway, and they're on the 30-yard line now.
Handoff fake. Ryan rolling out to the right. Throwing while on the run. Caught somehow. Hooper holds on to it and is taken down at the 28. A 2-yard pickup on a very strange little shallow cross.
That was shallow. That was strange. I agree with both of those statements. But maybe that's the change up that Bama made in the intermission, realizing that Seattle is going to be expecting long passes or deep passes. So throw a couple short ones, catch them off guard, and try to move upfield.
We'll see if that technique works. 2nd and 8 now. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end on the right side of the line and 1 in the backfield. Ryan from the shotgun takes the snap, rolling out to the right, throws over the middle. This one's caught and finally taken down at the 11-yard line, deep in the red zone now. Moving the ball smoothly. This looks like a Seattle first quarter drive.
Does it ever, including the scramble and throw to Julio Jones. Seattle getting a little bit of their own medicine right now. Let's see whether or not they know the defense to their own style of play.
Men from the backfield of the defense stepping forward. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
We seem to have lost connection.
Oh, no. What a game that was we were watching.
That was an amazing game. Bear with us, folks. And we will get right back into it. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TPCFL. This is the Seahawks versus the Falcons. Take two. I hope you wanted 6 quarters tonight, because that's what we're going to get. Penny to the back of the end zone on the return is going to take a knee to start this one, as so many have before, from the 25-yard line. Welcome back with us, my broadcast partner and founder of the TPCFL, Brian Langell. How's it going, brother?
Man, I am so excited that we're back. We're going to have more time. I get to spend more time with you. The listeners and the viewers get to see more football. It's win-win no matter how you look at it, Meter.
I could not agree more. Wilson in the pistol. We saw one heck of a game back and forth. Might as well have been 0-0 when it ended, and that's where we'll start this one. A good run brings the ball forward to the 38, and very interesting, Langell. Take a look at this. Carson no longer injured.
That's right. We've wound back the clock. We've gone back in time. Carson no longer has that shoulder strain. And I know that one person is super excited about that, and that's Shane's Gaming.
And that's Carson.
Yes, him too.
Wilson takes the snap, rolling out to the right side, looking for somebody open, throwing on the run, and jumping in the air, intercepted! What a huge play by Campbell!
What a huge play to kick off the second take of this game, and landed with their first interception a little over 30 seconds into the game, Meter.
This is massive. You know, the first time Seattle made a drive in the last game, it ended in an interception, but that was in the end zone, not at the 50-yard line.
Exactly. And now Atlanta is in great field position to make something happen right off the bat here.
Ryan with the snap, handoff, getting out to the left side's Freeman, weaving through traffic and taken down at the 43. A good opening run by the running back.
What a great way to start this game. 7 yards in the first play, marching forward, and they're all ready now, just outside field goal range.
Handoff fake, rolling out to the right, throwing over the head of the defense and swatted down. It was in the receiver's hand and knocked out of it just as quickly.
That's how it goes sometimes in football. You think you have everything lined up, and at the last second, it bounces off a fingertip. You get bumped, things happen. But we got one more try here to gain 3 yards to continue moving, keeping this drive going.
3rd and 3, Ryan throwing out to the left. There's a first down, missed tackle. Hooper pushing through Flowers and finally taken down at the 32. An 11-yard pickup. They needed about 2 or 3. They made the best of it.
Did they ever? The drive keeps going now. They're one for one so far on third down conversions, and I know you're a huge fan of that stat.
Huge fan of that stat. I think it's the most underrated stat in all of sports. Jones off to the left. Freeman in the backfield. Ryan directly behind the center. 2 tight ends on the right and 1 on the left. The snap dropping back. Rolling out to the left. Looking downfield. Throwing to the opposite side of the field and into the end zone. Intercepted by Griffin. Seattle takes it back in a flip of what we saw in the last game. An interception in the end zone.
Well, I think Bama came into this game saying, I'm going to match Shane's gameplay with the scrambling and the long throwing. And it was working, but he's falling into the same pitfalls now that Shane does with the interceptions.
Run attempt out to the left side. Carson taken down 2 yards behind the 20-yard line they began at. It's going to be a loss of yards on the run attempt.
So that's 2nd and 12 now. Great for Atlanta, not so much for Seattle. But this second play always seems to be the bread and butter for Shane. He picks up massive yards if he throws. Let's see what happens.
Snap, dropping back, looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's intercepted again!
Wow.
You want to talk about having somebody's number. Indeed. I have never seen somebody play Shane like this.
No, I have not seen this either. I had said in the first game, someone needs to figure out how to stop this. It looks like Bama Shocks may have been the person to do that.
Lateral out to the right. Freeman spinning into a guy and taken down at the 34, a 3-yard pickup.
3-yard pickup moving forward. I keep saying that, but it's so important, Meter, to keep that ball moving in the direction you need it to here in TPCFL. And Atlanta is doing this in small chunks right now, but they're doing it.
I formation, handoff fake, rolling out to the right, rolling way out to the right, throwing on the run, throwing out of bounds.
That he was wide open, but unfortunately about 8 feet further out than he should have been at that point. So now we're 3rd and 7.
It does seem like Bama is just matching Seattle's play style.
And if you've got a quarterback you can do that with, that is definitely the plan.
Probably not a good idea to do that with Brady, huh?
No, Brady's probably not the person you want for that.
This
now,
one.
He caught it. Was he inbound? He was out of bounds on 4th and 7.
Long field goal attempt, 51-yard attempt. It's up, it's aimed, it's got the distance easily. That's a field goal, 3 points. Atlanta, they strike first.
Atlanta strikes first, and more importantly, Meter, I think they put a little bit of doubt into the mind of Russell and the Seahawks. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. I wouldn't be surprised to see Seattle try to keep it on the ground this drive.
I could not agree more. Penny gonna take this one out from the back of the end zone. Trying to move, but not a lot of room, and he's taken down at the 21. He'll pay for his attempt to run this one out.
Yeah, I don't understand sometimes. I mean, it looks good if you can break through and actually get some yardage out of it, but very rarely does that happen. Take the guaranteed yards and start on the 25th is how I normally play it.
Wilson takes the snap, rolling out to the left. He's got a guy wide open at the 50, and nobody in the backfield to stop him. Dixon is gone. Off to the races, and that's 6 points. Seattle, what an answer. Very quick.
Super quick on that. Atlanta with a bad call on defense. It happens. We've all been there. And as a result, 7 points going up on the board now for the Seahawks, and it's now a score of 7-3.
Here we go. Atlanta about to get the ball back and show Seattle what they can do, needing to put some big points up here. They broke the scoreboard early. They've caused 2 interceptions, and now the offense looking to match the defense's great ability, save that last drive. Bringing this one out, there's to the 30, weaving through traffic, shaking off the first tackle, and taking down at the 36. Another great run out by the Atlanta Falcons.
You know, I've been watching Bama all season, and very rarely, if at all, does he take a knee in the end zone. He's been practicing this coming out after receiving the ball, and it's paying off for him. These are great drives by him.
Indeed so, especially when you're in situations like he just was. It's kicked to about the 3. You have to run it out. It's good to know that you can.
Oh, I totally agree.
Ryan into the shotgun shift by the defense, seeing 2 left, 1 right. The snap, looking downfield. Throwing into dangerous territory. It's intercepted. Thompson steps out of bounds at the 50, and Seattle has the ball right back.
And just like that, it's like they're both playing the same, reading the same script here. Interceptions, scramble, throwing. I don't know what's going to happen in this game, Meter. We're just going to have to keep watching here.
Wilson takes the snap, handoff rushing right up the middle, and met with a force to be reckoned with, taken down for no gain.
Atlanta's ground defense is absolutely incredible right now. We saw it in the first game. We're seeing it here in the rematch. Just bringing up their stats for a second. On the ground so far this season, going into this game, they've only let up 774 yards. I know that sounds like a lot, but you got to think some of the teams he's played against are run heavy.
Letting up a total of 100 yards a game is not a lot. Not in this league, not in football.
No.
Another rush attempt for no loss, no gain. 3rd and 10 now after 2 failed runs. First to the inside, then to the outside.
I'm expecting this one to go through the air, and I'm expecting it to go long distance, Meter.
That would not surprise me either. And that's what they need to keep this drive moving forward. The 50-yard line. too far for a field goal attempt. They're going to need to at least pick up some more yardage for that.
I agree. Let's see what happens here. Wilson waiting.
From the pistol, the snap, dropping back to the 40, rolling out to the left, looking, throwing to a man on the run, and he steps out of bounds, but he holds on to the ball. That's a first down all the way to the 27, and just like you thought, Langell, picking up big yards.
That is the calling card of the Seattle Seahawks. Reading the script or writing the script or following through on the script as required, and now they have the ball on the 27-yard line and still moving forward. There's a bit of a... Oh, okay, there we go. I thought we had a delay in the game there.
No, I believe that was defense picking a play, taking their own time, trying to find the right one. How do you stop Shane? Throwing on the run. This one swatted out of his hands. Good defense by the Falcons.
Agreed. That was incredible.
Man
Stopping
covering him
again.
tight.
Yeah, Atlanta's doing a really great job of keeping Seattle to have to go for third downs.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson from the pistol, rolling out to the right, looking, throwing short. This one's caught, and Lockett taken down at the 26. A lot of movement and only a pickup of 2.
3rd and 8 now from the 26. Clock under a minute left here in the first. I'm suspecting Wilson may try to throw. If he doesn't see anything open, he's going to take off himself.
Handoff fake, rolling out to the left, throwing over the middle, and this one's swatted down. Incomplete. 4th and 8 now. We're going to have to see a field goal here.
We are. Seattle lining up for it. Miller on the right side.
43-yard attempt. It's up, and it's good. 3-point Seattle gives them a 7-point lead. A good hold by the Falcons to force Seattle to just a field goal and keep them within 1 score.
Absolutely great defense by the Falcons. I'm impressed with both teams so far, but I'm super impressed with the Falcons, who aren't necessarily known as defensive juggernauts. And they are definitely stepping up to play this game meter.
This one kicked to about the 1, brought out to the 27. 35 seconds left here in the first. Ryan directly behind the center. Offensive line strong and trailing to the right side, and 1 in the backfield. The snap, handoff, has tons of room. Cutting back in is Freeman and picking up a first to the 38-yard line. The ball goes.
Atlanta staying on the ground, picking up 10 right there, stopped by McDougal of the Seahawks. But 10 yards is definitely a great run anywhere you look at it.
To the left, to the right. Snap. Ryan looking over the middle, throwing into double coverage, and this one almost intercepted again. Ryan 1 for 7 tonight.
Yeah, 1 for 7 is definitely not something you want on your stat sheet right now. But the fact that they're only down by a touchdown, I wouldn't be too discouraged by that right now. I'd keep doing what you're doing. The catches and the throws will be there.
The intended receiver forced to play defense on that play. Not the first time we've seen that this game by either team. This time it resulted in an incompletion. Jones out to the left. Ryan directly behind the center with a man in the backfield. Shift from the defense. Lateral out to the right side. Trying to get up the middle, and he does. There's a first down. Missed tackle and taken down at the 43 as the first expires, moving to the opponent's side of the field. What a good run by the Falcons.
The Falcons' run game is absolutely unbelievable right now, gaining 10-plus yards multiple times. Like, they are really impressing me today, Meter.
Very, very smooth drive for the run game for Atlanta right now, and that will keep Seattle guessing run or throw. If they can be dangerous in both, they need to connect on a couple more throw attempts here as we see another run attempt. And piling on, there were 3 guys, including 1 piggybacking on Freeman, who continued to move forward and finally was taken down at the 27.
That man is a tank, Meter. He is a tank. I remember playing with military toys as a kid, and whenever I got the tank, I felt I was unstoppable. That's what Freeman is right now.
Handoff fake, looking downfield, rolling out to the right, throwing, and this one swatted down, almost intercepted from a defensive tip into the hands of his own guy, almost picked off.
There were a number of white jerseys there, way more white jerseys than red jerseys. Atlanta is lucky that harmlessly fell to the ground, sir.
Not his first time this drive he's been lucky to not be intercepted, throwing into double or more coverage.
Yeah, Atlanta needs to be sharper on that. That's why Ryan right now is 1 for 7 or 1 for 9 at this point, I believe.
I formation, handoff, Freeman spun down at the 25. A short pickup of 2, but they needed 10 for the first. Now forced to face 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. This is going to be a tall order for the Falcons. But the good news is, barring something disastrous here, they are in field goal range and can put more points on the board.
3 to the right, 2 to the left, nobody in the backfield. Ryan calling out to his right side. Sanu hears him. Making some more changes. Calling back out to Sanu. The snap here. Looking. Throwing on the run. No, he's wrapped up and taken down. That's going to be a big, big sack to move him all the way back to the 35 and force a 52-yard attempt.
Well, it definitely didn't end the way that Atlanta was hoping, but at least they have a good chance of putting points on the board right now. It's up, and it's good.
Both kicks with plenty of power. Their 51-yarder last time had enough behind it to go maybe even 60 yards. And this one looked much the same, maybe closer to a 56-yarder if necessary. Penny to take this one on the goal line, forced to bring it out. There's the 25, making a juke move at the 25 and diving forward with the ball to the 26 to pick up that extra yard.
That extra yard, whenever you get a positive, I know I keep saying it, that's definitely a bonus. But you risk your player running out like that and facing possible injury for 1 yard.
You know, he caught that one on the goal line, and we've all taken that knee on accident at the goal line where the game makes you take a step first, and then you're down at the 1. I would say in that case, he didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, you are right there, but never mind.
Well, it's not the first time. In previous times, he has run it out from deep in his own end zone. So your point does remain. Bringing it out can be very, very risky. Huge shift here by Wilson to change everything up. Send 2 guys out to the light. Offensive line strong and trailing out to the right side. Wilson in the shotgun with a man just to his right. Calling a man in motion. The snap. Throwing out to the left. This one's caught and taken down. We don't see Wilson scrambling right now. Holding firm in the pocket. Planting his feet. Throwing with his shoulders set. Who is this?
Yeah, this is strange. It's almost like they've switched teams just to, see what goes on here. A little Freaky Friday here in TPCFL.
Freaky Friday. I call being Lindsay Lohan. Wilson throwing out to the right side. That's a more familiar play. And Moore picks up a first to the 38.
Seattle gaining that first down. Moore with his 3rd reception of the game. That's 36 yards for him alone.
Have they ever done a Freaky Friday with boys?
I don't think so. I don't think it would sell well.
Weird Wednesday.
There
featuring
you go.
Dad.
Let's write it, Meter. Let's go to Hollywood.
We'll head there right after this game. For now, Wilson directly behind the center. Fresh set of downs from the 38. He takes the snap. Handoff. Carson makes a guy miss. Getting good blocking downfield. A move. Makes a second guy miss way early. And stepping out of bounds. That looks sloppy by both players on that one. But regardless, Carson picking up big yards and resetting the down counter once again.
Yeah, definitely. The damage was done. Seattle with another first down. Heading quickly towards the 2-minute warning. Up by 4. This is exactly where Seattle wants to be right now.
1st and 10 from the 45. In control. Wilson from the shotgun. Sends a man beside him in motion. The clock continues to tick. Play clock at 2. The snap. Wilson dropping back to the 45, rolling out, throwing to the 40. It's caught, bringing it forward to the 30, and taken down, standing on the 30-yard line. That will take us to the 2-minute warning. What a drive.
What a drive. Great psycho by by Seattle. Everyone expecting to go deep down the field. Throws it short, wide open, gains a first down with nobody to stop him.
Wilson takes the snap here. Handoff, trying to get out to the right side. A missed tackle takes him down at the 30. Not able to get the block he needed. He had the guy there. He just didn't cut in soon enough to allow his defender to pick that guy up.
So only gains 1 yard on that play. But more importantly right now, Meter, the clock is ticking. And Seattle has a bonus opportunity here to not only put points on the board to end the half, but, you know, they're making sure that Atlanta doesn't get the opportunity to put any points back on the board before we reach halftime.
A real veteran move, and Seattle kind of helpless to do anything. You don't want to call a timeout in this situation either. Maybe on a 3rd and long situation, which we may see here. Jarrett breaking through. Wilson taking off, throwing off balance. Over the head of the defense. Vanette catches this one and is taken down deep in the red zone. Deep in the red hot zone. The 5-yard line. What a play.
What a play by Seattle. I thought that was going to be intercepted, and it just goes up and over the Falcons defense. And as a result, knocking on the doorstep now on the 5-yard line, here are the Seahawks.
I imagine this has to be a run play. Wilson pitches it out to the left side, getting some blocking, trying to cut back in, and Carson taken down for a loss of 1 and less than 45 seconds left here in the half. Seattle will let the clock continue to tick.
It's a smart play by Seattle. Like you said, veteran leadership. Seattle has been under the helm of Shane's Gaming since season 1, game 1. He's been in a number of situations like this and is a TPCFL champion.
Wilson, high snap, jumping, caught, taking it in, and McIsaac scores. His first carry of the night results in a TD. Well done.
Incredibly well done, and only leaving 19 seconds on the clock for Atlanta.
And the extra point is good, making this an 11-point spread, 17-6, with 19 seconds left, as you mentioned, here in the half. But Atlanta does have all their timeouts. That could be a couple of quick plays with quick timeouts, get in field goal position, and maybe make this one a little bit closer.
Agreed, and Seattle smart enough to kick it inbounds, which starts that clock dropping now. It's already 16 seconds. We're headed hit the end zone. Atlanta would head the full 19 seconds if they took a knee.
More good veteran play by both of these guys, but Shane right now in the driver's seat with a lead, and they've eaten a lot of clock here in the first half.
Indeed.
2 to the right,
Indeed.
3 to the right, 2 to the left. Ryan alone in the backfield takes the snap, dropping back, waiting, looking, throwing, very deep, one-on-one. It's caught, and he's hit in the air and drops the ball. 9 seconds left here in the half.
Garcon drops the ball. But if they can duplicate that again, Meter, maybe get it in the hands of, say, a Julio Jones, who's there on the left side and looks wide open from what we see of the play art here. If he can get it to Jones, throws it
over the middle to a beautiful slanting Sanu, and that expires the clock. Too many steps, not able to get the timeout off. Wow, what a play.
Definitely. Atlanta trying everything they can do right now, and they were close. In situations like that, Meter, I advise hitting the X button to dive to the ground as soon as you catch that ball.
Absolutely. Great tips by the color man, Langell, a TPCFL veteran, of course. This one to the 6 being taken out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta will start where so many drives have before, 25-yard line.
Let's see whether or not, I found in the first game, Meter, in the second half, Atlanta really turned it on. Let's see if they can duplicate that here in the replay.
Snap, throwing over the middle, and this one swatted out of his hand, just not able to hold on to it. Ryan, 2 for 11 right now.
Those are not strong numbers. Those are not strong numbers at all, Meter, any way you look at it. But if he can turn it around and get some of these passes to complete, only having hit 39 yards so far, Atlanta is still within striking distance in this game.
That's true. So far, Seattle has let up less than 100 total yards in this entire game. 98 total yards. Yeah,
the defense is strong for the Seahawks, but at the same time, I have to say a lot of that might be a little smoke and mirrors there, the Meter, because there has been some missed passes by Atlanta as well, not just thrown and deflected, but missed passes. So again, Atlanta needs to focus, needs to get on side here and be on the same page and get some of these passes into the hands of the receivers to move down the field.
An incomplete pass sets up a 3rd and 10 now. Ryan steps up directly behind the center. The snap here, lateral out to the left side. He's got some good blocking, and it shakes the block. What an amazing move there. Well done by the defense to force the punt. Freeman had a whole lot of room if his defender could just hold on.
I agree. But unfortunately, only gained 2 yards, and the ball is now punted backwards to the 20-yard line.
Punts this one away. Lockett picks it up. What a weird little scramble. Looks like the game didn't put him on the ball. He wanted to get on the ball, tried to, didn't want to accidentally touch it, so pulled back. The defense was coming in, so he did pick it up and actually picked up a couple of yards out of it to start his drive on the 23. Very weird sequence there.
Very weird sequence.
Little rollout to the left here by Wilson, trying to throw over the shoulder and just into the arms of his defender, and it gets caught up in his face mask and falls dead to the ground.
That's kind of strange to see that happen, because Shane is normally nuclearly accurate with these throws, laser accurate, in fact. So that's a very rare item we just saw here.
Carson with a run attempt right up the middle, taken down. No loss, no gain, but a loss of downs. 3rd and 10 now. This is a very big moment for Atlanta. They need to stop Seattle here and get the ball back.
I totally agree. I could not agree more with you right now. So it'll be interesting to see if Atlanta backs up expecting a long ball and Seattle throws short.
The snap here, looking,
Scramble.
Rolling, throwing, and there's that play. Moore picks up a 1st and 20 yards.
20 yards, made it look simple, Meter. There are owners in this league who have to go basically 2 straight downs to, 2 straight drives. Not drives. What's the word I'm looking for? They need to do that numerous times to gain that sort of yardage. Shane makes it look simple with just one throw.
Absolutely. I formation now. Wilson steps up, waits, snap, handoff right to the guy directly behind him. Vanette pulls this one forward to the 49. They are just behind midfield now, 2nd and 4.
Gaining 6 yards on that drive. Not a bad start for the Seahawks right now. And that clock continues to drop. Keeping it on the ground is almost like having an extra advantage, because the clock never stops, Meter. It's like a college party that Langelo's at. It just never stopped.
Well, fair enough. One out wide on either side. Wilson directly behind the center with the man in the backfield. Offensive line strong and trailing to the right side. Man in motion, lateral out to the right side. He's got some room and taken down at the 47 on the opposite side of the field. That is a 1st down.
Yeah, he did get it. So here we go.
And the clock keeps moving.
Exactly. Great play by Seattle, using that clock at their advantage. Letting that drop down, putting a stranglehold on the Falcons, because even if they stop Seattle from scoring on this drive, they don't have a ton of time to work with. They have an extra quarter, but Shane is methodically taking this away.
Another great play to Moore. Rolled out to the left. The guy on the left was covered, so he looked back middle, and there he was once again on the slant, picking up big yards, moving this ball to the 21.
Seattle is just right now, everything is clicking. Everything they're doing is having success. And that's got to be frustrating for the Falcons, especially how in the first game they were gaining control. They were gaining momentum before we had the internet disconnect.
That's true. Moore with 5 receptions, over 80 yards as Carson takes off and picks up 3 for himself. And we have lost connection again. Deep into the third. Do bear with us, folks. We're going to take a quick break here and assess the situation. Don't go anywhere.
Please stand by.
Hello, everyone. We are having technical difficulties, so if this game does not get started here, then we will be streaming this at another time. We ourselves in the broadcast booth are going to take a step back here. So if this game gets going again, we will go ahead and reset and host it here without commentary. If not, then we may be back later on this week for this game. We will see. But if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so now and be notified every time that we go live. Head on over to tpcfootball.com for stats, figures, standings, and everything good. And that all is made possible by the TPC Sports Stats Engine, designed and created by the one and only Langell. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth today here, Langell.
It has been a pleasure, Meter. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We, like you said, we called a game and a half, so people got their football fix. They just didn't get the finish that they were hoping for. So hopefully we can work this out, and we'll see you guys later. But there is a game tomorrow night, I believe.
Absolutely. We have games all week long tomorrow night. We have 2 games. We have the TPCFL. We have some football. Browns, Patriots, called by Langell and Bama at 6 p.m. Eastern. Then we have TPCFL, the Battle of the Misters, Titans versus Bucks, Mr. Glass versus Mr. Rock at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, 7 p.m. We have playoff hockey. There is only 2 more rounds of hockey. This is round 2 of 3. Sharks versus Lightning, the number 2 versus the number 3 seed. 7 o'clock Wednesday, and on Saturday at noon, Bruins Capitals, the undefeated number 1 Bruins, taking on the number 4 Capitals in what's sure to be an amazing series. So stay tuned for that. We very much appreciate you joining us here on TPC Sports, and I hope you all have an outstanding rest of your night.